Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is now. Welcome to the Ulu Coffee Break with Amy Shapiro for Instructional Partnerships. Don't reinvent the wheel. I'm going to go ahead and hand it right over to her so she can get started. Here you go.
Thank you, Lauren. So a little bit about me and my library. As Lauren mentioned, my name is Amy Shapiro, and I'm a librarian and head of the Learning Lab at Mahopac Library in Mahopac, New York, or Mahopac. There's a kind of a skew on the name, which is about an hour away from New York City. So first, we're going to talk about instructor librarian problems. It's hard to find time to create quality instruction and design lesson plans, handouts, and PowerPoint slides. We also might spend hours creating a class that students don't have enough motivation to attend. We could find that even if our students do have the motivation to attend, we can't offer them enough content on a timely basis because they need to apply for jobs that require this knowledge. Libraries aren't all the same. Staffing, size, and infrastructure prohibits the standardization of resources, so our students may need and want education that they can put on a resume. And at this point in time, I don't think that library classes in and of themselves are official enough for hiring managers. Sorry, my notes. So let's reevaluate our thoughts on original course content. Why are we designing individual content if we can find wonderful free content available? Could we better use the time that we save to create instructional material for content that's harder to find? Could job-seeking patrons be better served by completing coursework that's widely recognized? And can our patrons be better served by getting in-depth information at any time of day and night, and by meeting their learning needs at a faster pace? Here we're looking at how most of us have learned and how we've been taught to teach. This is a visual on the sequence of learning that occurs in an instructor-centered learning. The traditional way of teaching is teacher-centered. So the teacher lectures, the students are passive, the students then practice the concept with homework, and little time is spent interacting. With a student-centered model, the sequence we're looking at now, the learning is done outside of class time, and class time is used for group work, assignments, and more immediate feedback from the instructor. So if we put together resources from partners with a student-centered model of teaching, that solved a lot of our librarian problems. So let's go back and look at our initial problems. Limited preparation time. We don't need to create curricula, slides, and handouts, so that part has been taken care of by our partners. Low student motivation to practice between classes. So by putting the ball in the patron's court, as well as having them have a tangible certificate to work for, they better prioritize their learning and consequently arrive much better prepared for sessions. It also becomes out of our hands if they don't complete the course. We can aid them, but we can't do the work for them. And now unable to offer course content quickly enough for patron needs. The patrons may have a need for quality instruction on a deadline. With instructional partnership, we can accommodate students that need to know right now. And the last two, libraries are unable to offer standardized content, and it's hard to put library classes on resumes. Job seekers and people looking for continuing education credits especially may need proof that they have participated in a class, and having curricula recognized by continuing education organizations is particularly helpful. So yay! We've also found some unexpected benefits. So the increased use of the internet to access course content gave our students much more confidence. In the GCF LearnFree.org classes, patrons need to check their email and upload files for grading, which are incidental skills that never would have really been covered in a Microsoft Office Word class or any of the other classes in Microsoft Office Suite. In all of the online classes, patrons have something that they need to accomplish using technology, giving them more opportunity to practice computer and internet use. My hope is that these experiences will make our students more comfortable with learning, and hopefully they'll partake in continued learning through massive open online courses, or MOOCs. So let's talk about how we implemented this at Mahopac Library. We tried a few options for implementing online classes at Mahopac. So these are the implementation options from the lowest to the highest amount of library staff time investment. The first one is drop-in. So this is a wonderful addition if you already have open technology help hours in your library. All you need to do is publicize and be available to help the student sign up, understand the setup of the online classes in order to assist the student with the class layout and requirements. The staff investment is to take at least one of the classes so that you understand the layout of the class. You'll also want to have content knowledge if you intend to assist students on the material covered. The next one is a real true flipped class. So the students learn on their own time, so wherever they can access the internet, they can get onto this class. And then they come in on a scheduled time and meet with other classmates, and that time is spent working on assignments or discussing areas that they had trouble with. The staff investment on this one is a little higher, so there's content knowledge, comfort leading and assisting on the assignments. And then the mixed class, which we haven't implemented yet, but with our next Microsoft Office series, we're going to try and work on implementing it. So that's basically all the tenets of the flipped class so that the students learn on their own time. But before the assignments and discussion, the library staff will teach small little recaps each week so that we can basically understand where people are going to have problems, and we'll do a little recap so that they understand that better before going into the assignment. This is our advertising to sign up for the online classes in our drop-in technology help sessions. Those similar wording and prerequisites would apply for a scheduled group class. The first point is that you want to state explicitly that it's an online class, because there's a lot of confusion about that. So, just take that right out of the equation that they're going to be taking an online class. Secondly, the patron needs to have an email address, and they need to be somewhat comfortable with using the internet. And then again, these are things that patrons can work up to if they're motivated to take a class. And then at the bottom is our sign up and contact information. So now let's talk about our partners. Oops. GCFLearnFree.org is operated by the Goodwill Community Foundation. They have a staggering array of tutorials in many different areas, from daily tasks of living to using computer applications. Text, video, and interactions are ideal for many different learning styles, and they're all included in these tutorials. And as you can see on the slide, there are two types of classes offered. The first one, self-paced tutorials, are on computer, internet, tablet, smartphone skills, and they go all the way to Microsoft Office Suite. And that's great for updating skills for people that don't need continuing education credits, but they need to brush up on a specific matter. So the next option is the online course option. And that has certificates of completion, and that's available for Microsoft Office Suite 2010 and 2013. The online courses give students 4 weeks to complete the course, and the students will also be uploading assignments to the site for evaluation and corrections. If they don't complete the assignment on time, they will be unenrolled. This is controlled by the learning management system that operates the class, so they really have no control of it either. I always recommend that students email themselves a copy of the assignment or store it on a flash drive in the event they're unenrolled, so that they won't have to redo all of the assignments. Webucator is a company that gives participating libraries a voucher number. So this number is used instead of payment for all of their self-paced courses, but only the self-paced courses. They do have other instructor-led courses online, but these vouchers don't work for that. The above are some examples of the subject matter that Webucator covers. When patrons sign up for a Webucator class, there's a long form asking for the patron's name, address, etc. I've confirmed with Webucator's staff that the only information that has to belong to the patron is their name and the email address. The rest can be filled in with your library's information, and the patron would select they'll be paying with vouchers, and we'll put it in your library's voucher number. The courses include text and video, and Webucator's self-paced courses give access to the course for a year. And now coming soon, we're going to be using Mango languages in kind of a flipped format. We've been seeing some fairly low use of our databases lately, so I'm going to try to increase the knowledge about them using the flipped class format. We are lucky enough to have a staff member who's bilingual in Spanish. So we're going to team up, and I'm going to introduce our patrons to the technical end of Mango languages, including how to download this awesome app that they have for both Google Play and the i operating system. And she'll lead weekly conversational Spanish practice. So that's about it for me. And this is the contact information for the people. If you're interested in starting a partnership with them, Jessica Rich at gcflearnfree.org can help get your people in if there's some trouble with the learning management system, having any, if they have too many people in their class, Jessica would be able to get your people in if you discuss it with her first. And Dave Dunn at Webucator is in charge of library learning. And they're both very, very nice people, and they're very approachable. So if you have any questions, their emails are available for you. And the information on the bottom is my name and contact information. And feel free to contact me if you have any questions at all. Thanks so much.
Well, thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that. And so that's the end of this coffee break. You can subscribe by clicking my coffee mug right there. Don't laugh, Brittany. It's not funny. It is funny. She's laughing. And leave a comment below or like the video or something if you're interested in asking more questions or if you want to see the next one that comes out. Thanks. Bye.